So what we're going to talk about today is a little bit about the Polaris, on how these hoses get kind of tangled up, what we can do to kind of prevent it. We'll also talk a little bit about the workings of the Polaris and what the flow is of it, so that you can kind of diagnose on your own without having to have somebody out there on just simple things that could be preventable or easy fixes. So with this hose, obviously it's getting tangled up just a little bit. It looks like it's actually had too much power at some point, just kind of tangled itself, went over the universal wall fitting, and got tangled. But it also has a little bit of stiffness to the hose as well. This definitely happens during the winter. Whenever you got colder water, this hose right here stiffens up, makes it to where you don't have as much mobility on the hose, so it won't turn as easy, and it just ends up tangling up and going from there. A couple of things that you can do to kind of prevent it or get it away from kind of the formation that it gets to where it kind of circles up and gets knotted up, is kind of taking this apart from the wall. It's just a quarter turn. Sometimes it takes the whole end piece out, like this one is right here, which is fine. And we'll just kind of lay this out in the sun. We'll allow it to just kind of straighten out. And what this will do is basically the sun will kind of bake it a little bit. It'll kind of get away from its original formation, just as if like it was in a bag whenever you first got the hose. It was kind of wrapped up. It tends to go right back to that form sometimes. So if you allow this to kind of straighten out, get out into the sun a little bit, let it sit out there for maybe 24 to 48 hours or so, usually this will kind of go away from that original form, and it'll start actually getting good mobility again. A couple other things that you can kind of look for is these hose floats. If these hose floats don't have tension on them, and they're easily moving without, those hose floats need to be replaced. Hose floats definitely make it to where they're basically bobbers, just like a fishing line or something like that. They keep that hose above water, so if these hose floats are too far apart, you don't have nothing holding it up above the water, so it'll allow for this cleaner, because it has so much power, to kind of tangle itself up. It'll kind of move around sporadic. It won't work properly. So we just want to make sure that you usually want to have each hose float at least 1.5 to 2 feet apart, sometimes 3, just depending on how long your hose is, and then go from there. But this one seems like it's not too bad. I think with this, it's just that the water temperature of the water is still a little bit cold. We're finally getting some sunny days, and I think that once this kind of bakes in the sun a little bit, it'll actually be right. But yeah, just with this style, this will be preventative for a lot of different issues that you may have where the hose is tangling up. Just kind of run it along, keep it straight, let it bake in the sun for about 24 to 48 hours, and pretty much call it a day after that. Put it back in, turn on the equipment, and you shouldn't really have any issues. Sometimes, like I said, these hoses do start getting brittle if they just seem like there's not a lot of mobility on them anymore, and they're just stiff. It's time to replace the hose. It's just as simple as that. But yeah, hopefully this helps you out. Kind of quick, easy tips on just how to make sure that the function of the Polaris stays right, and then good to go. Thank you.